What does it mean to be a friend? It's more than just being nice to someone, right? True friendship, it runs deep. And we as educators, we need that. So let's learn to love like a friend. We'll explore that on this edition of the Educators Among Us podcast.
Welcome to the Educators Among Us podcast, where we share motivational messages and inspiring stories for and about educators. Your host, Scott Barron, is author of the critically acclaimed book, Love 'Em and Lead 'Em, and provides powerful insights and wisdom for those who heed the call to teach, coach, lead, and serve at all levels of education.
This is Scott Barron, and I'm honored to be your host for the Educators Among Us podcast. We go through different seasons, right? Educators have different seasons of the year where things kind of tune up a little bit extra. And we're moving into, in the United States, we're moving into the second semester. And that's a time when, or the second half of the year, and everything kind of takes that extra notch up, right? Because of all the plans being made now for next year, while we're still trying to finish this year strong. And of course, we're in the middle of some of the winter sports, and the summer sports are going to be, or the spring sports are going to kick up here soon. And a lot of different people going in different directions. And then later on here in a couple of months, spring fever starts to kick in, and everybody kind of gets a little bit more stressed and tired, and we go through seasons, right? And it's important as we do that we look out for each other, right? There's a friendship that the most effective schools, the best schools, they have a connection among their educators. They look out for each other. They support each other. They motivate each other. They help bring out the best in each other. Why? Because that's what friends do, right? That's really a key part of what we do in terms of supporting a community around our students and our families, but also among us as colleagues together, because that's a vital part of what keeps us strong, and it enables us to sustain that love and that leadership that makes such a powerful impact. Friendship, right? Muhammad Ali once said, friendship it's the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something that you learn in school, but if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything, right? He recognized that friendship is such a core to life. You know, my mom gave me a banner one time when I was young that I hung in my room for many years. I hung on to that. It was placed on a wall there where you couldn't miss it. It was where you had to read it often, and it helped remember those key messages. And the message was important because it was about friendship. You see, Mom knew the importance of memorizing life-shaping verses to shape one's thinking, right? You become what you think about, and so our attitude and our faith is greatly influenced by what regularly goes into our minds. And so this was something that really made a difference for me. And that banner, it had some colorful smiley faces on it, kind of scattered across the canvas. And then it had a poem on it that just kind of emphasized this idea of being friendly, right? It said, begin the day with friendliness. Keep friendly all day long. Keep in your heart a friendly song. In your heart, a happy song. Have in your mind a word of cheer for all who come your way, and they will greet you too in turn and wish you a happy day. I mean, what a lovely way, right? A thought, just to focus for a second. For me as a kid, that kept some of that, that willingness to be aware of other people, right? That's what this is. This is understanding that smile, that spirit. It impacts other people, and it's a part of our relationship together. Reading those words every day, it certainly influenced my attitude in relationships. Across the top of the banner was a verse from the Bible. It's called Proverbs 17:17. And it says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." hopefully in your life, you've experienced that friend who was life-changing. I have a few in my life that I can point to, especially one in high school who was just so impactful. He was there when I needed, I needed support. I needed help. And he was there for me. And it makes such a long-term difference, right? Learning how to be a friend is a vital skill for everyone. And especially for educators, because we need friends and we need to be a friend. But friends know the real us, right? They know the real us, and they still like us. They still support us anyway. Friends overlook our messes, and they even help us clean them up sometimes. Friends celebrate good times, and they provide support during tough times. Friends increase our sense of belonging and purpose, right? Friends boost our happiness and confidence. They encourage us to be our best. Friends listen and truly understand, right? A real friend, said Walter Winchell, a real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out, right? They're there, they show up, they're present, and they're willing to go against when everybody else says, run, right? They're running to us, not away from us, right? They're coming there to be a part of this and to help get through it together. And that's true of healthy schools. Healthy schools have a strong sense of friendship among the educators at all levels. They look out for each other. They're real friends. They walk in when the rest of the world walks out. These trusted relationships provide the support and the endurance that we need to thrive through all of the difficulties that comes with the ups and downs of school life, right? We give each other motivation. We bring out the best in each other, and we help sustain the joy. So love like a friend this week, my friend. Love like a friend, always ready with a smile and a word of cheer that makes such a vital difference in our work and in our calling to be educators. Hey, I received a message the other day that said, "Hey, Scott, thank you. Thank you for your timely words of truth. Yesterday, I had some quiet time, and I reflected on my character, and I saw changes that I didn't like. And your words about character in a recent message, they challenged me to be more purposeful concerning my actions and responses. Students and their families, they hold us to a high standard, and I want my daily life to reflect what I teach. Blessings to you and the important ministry of Educators Fellowship." So listen, we're thankful for those types of testimonials, and would love to hear from you as you have a chance to go through all the challenges that come with the work. If this is an opportunity for encouragement for you and you're able to use it for yourself as well as for others, would love to hear from you, because it makes a difference to our team as we're creating those messages for you and making sure that we're there with you and walking that journey. Just love to hear back from you as we continue to create those timely and seasonal messages for you. A coaching question to ask yourself as you're going through each day in this week: did I do my best to be a friend at all times today? Did I do my best to be a friend at all times today? May love them and lead them. This is Scott.
Thank you for joining us for the Educators Among Us podcast and for your courageous commitment to this noble calling. We get you and the challenges of this work. To stay connected with this community, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and weekly encouragement at educatorsamongus.com.